The year is 1933. In Germany, a new chancellor is swept into power.
Unbekannter Eiserner diesen Krieg zu beginnen und nicht zu ruhen, bis endlich diese Erscheinung aus dem deutschen Leben beseitigt sein würde.
The year is 1933. In the United States, a new president is swept into power.
In the event that the national emergency is still critical, I shall not evade the clear course of duty that will then confront me. I shall ask the Congress for the one remaining instrument to meet the crisis: broad executive power to wage a war against the emergency.
The year is 1933. In Great Britain, 3 million unemployed are swept into the gutter.
The year is 1933, the year Everton win the cup, thanks to Dixie Dean.
The date is April 29th, 1933, Cup Final Day. Everton meet Manchester City, and for the first time in any cup final, the players are numbered. Everton in the white shirts from 1 to 11, Manchester City in the dark shirts from 12 to 22. The Duke of York is there to represent his father, King George V. And to the Duke are presented the teams. First, Everton, introduced by their captain, Dixie Dean. And now it's Manchester City's turn. Among them, now being presented, is Matt Busby.
Dixie Dean and Sam Cowan are more than rival captains. They are direct opponents. And everyone wonders how the deadliest centre forward in football will add a cup medal to his many other honours. Under Dean's inspiration, Everton are after a unique treble. Second Division champions in 31, Football League champions in 32, and now cup winners in 33. And here's the legendary Warnie Creswell setting them on the goalward path that puts Dixie Dean's Everton into the record books. Dean, number 9, is never allowed to wander. There's a constant guard in this fabulous centre forward, whose 60 goals in one season are a feat that has remained unequalled. But Dean opens up the way for the other Everton forwards, and it's Stein who puts them one up. It stays 1-0 until half-time, and then, in the second half, there comes a Dixie Dean special. Cliff Britton takes a throw-in, gets it back, and from the byline centres the ball right onto Dixie's head. It's the goal that wins the cup, a goal that must be seen twice. Just watch that magnificent kick of Britton, and then marvel at the brilliant anticipation of the greatest header in the game, Dixie Dean. Everton's triumph is almost complete, and Dixie Dean, who has made them the power they are, is now leading them to the greatest honour of all, a cup win hot on the heels of 2 successive championship wins. And before Dean says farewell to Wembley, there's another goal to come. Dean brings about the corner, and Jimmy Dunn makes it 3-0.
Everton's cup, Dixie Dean's cup, is almost a quarter of a century away. But the legend of Dixie lives on, and today, October 1957, those memories are stirred anew in the city of Chester. For there, just 20 miles from Everton, is Dixie Dean's bar. Inside, behind the counter, you'll find him who, 25 years ago, was the wonder of the football world. The winner of 23 England caps, a man who will always be honored as the greatest centre-forward of them all.
Hello, Billy.
Hello, Raymond. How are you?
Oh, it's nice to see you after all these years.
Oh, yes, it's good to see you.
Billy,
Yes.
well, too.
Oh, not bad at all, thanks.
And busy, I see.
Oh, we keep busy, yes.
Now, what are you doing? You dusting up or having a sale?
Oh, not a sale, no.
Not going to sell any of those? How many are there? Look,
23.
23?
Yes.
Go on, I tell you what, I'll swap you mine for one of yours.
You will not have to work jolly hard for those, my lad.
Indeed you did.
Yes.
When did you start soccer?
1923, Tramley Rovers.
And then you
And
spent
then I
most
went
of
to
your
Everton.
time with Everton, didn't
And
you?
then finished up at Sligo in the west of Ireland.
But that was only just before the war.
1939, yes.
Tell me now, seeing as you're a man, I can ask your age. How old are you now?
50.
50?
Yes.
Jolly fit 52.
No, not bad at all.
Well, it's almost 30 seasons, or exactly 30 seasons, isn't it, since you put up your individual record?
It is 30.
60
Yes.
goals.
60 league goals and 84 altogether in the season. Cup ties, international matches.
My goodness me, that's some record.
Yes.
And it's never been surpassed. Is there
No.
any reason for that, do you think? Do you think that now centre forwards are marked more closely by the centre half than they were then?
No, I don't think they're good enough. As a matter of fact, the marking, I've had as many as 2 and 3 every time I've gone for the ball. So I don't think anybody was marked more so, and especially on my body and limbs and one another. But I can't say if they're more marked these days.
They really stuck to you like glue, did
They did, especially one in particular. That was Herbie Roberts, who, of course, they called the policeman afterwards. Although we played them at Highbury, 1928, 29. Herbie Roberts was told to, wherever I went, he was to follow me. Well, I realised what was happening and told my 2 inside forwards that the middle of the ground was open to them. They had a clear passage down the middle, and I'd take Roberts for a walk, which I did. I took him towards the players' entrance, so you come out onto the field, turned round to him, and Herbie said, well, where are you going now? I said, well, I'm going for a cup of tea. Are you coming? If you'd have seen old Tom Whittaker's face, it lit up.
Dixie Dean's reign began before the stopper centre-half was introduced. Indeed, he helped to bring about the third-back game. But no man-made system could stop Dixie, prince of centre-forwards.
And out of your many outstanding achievements, Billy, which would you count the real one, the one you remember most?
Oh, well, the 60th goal day. It was the last match of the league season.
And, of course, George
And-
Campbell had got 59 the previous season, hadn't he?
Yes, 59 second division football. This, of course, was first. And as
How
I
many
said,
had you to get to beat him?
3 goals. I wanted a hat-trick.
Uh-huh.
At any rate, I got 2 goals early on, and there was about 4 minutes to go, and I managed to get this goal from a corner kick, and of course the crowd simply swarmed onto the ground, and one in particular had a load of whiskers on him, rubbing all over my face, and I was in a nice state,
Giving you a real continental kiss, eh?
giving me a real do.
This is how the Everton thousands knew Dixie, the man who could score goals with a nod of his head. And yet few of them guessed that famous head held a silver plate, the result of a motor accident that nearly put Dean out of football before he ever began. Fortunately, for Everton, for England and for football, Dixie Dean recovered to become the greatest centre-forward of all time.